Hello everyone. Thank you for taking the time to view this. If you like it or wish to subscribe, you may do so, for I will be making more videos in the future. Welcome to my tour of my enchanted elemental garden. Just outside my shed is the rock garden. All and every rock in my yard were hand-picked by me, one pocketful at a time. Each has been adopted by me from somewhere. As an earth creature, it's not possible for me to steal earth. I merely relocate it. If you know what a celestial parent is, this is the temple dedicated to my celestial mother, Venus. She would be the reason why I'm beautiful and full of love. Or is it shit? Or can it be both? I'm both full of love and full of shit. And we'll stand on that. I neglected to do an aerial view shot of the next part of the rock garden. But had I, you would see 4 circles of rocks, one inside of the other. This is in dedication to Atlantis, Neptune, Thoth the Atlantean, the Mayans, and the Nicals. The center circle has a rainbow rock surrounded by a grouping of Lake Superior agates. The patch of rocks just outside of the 4 circles are the dragon eggs. They're waiting to hatch any day now. A sigil is typically a being's name written creatively to hide the name. My familiar spirit happens to be a white bear or a polar bear, and that's a sigil. And on to the elemental garden. Construction began 2 years ago with the wall of stick and stone and its entrances taking up pretty much the whole first year. The wall of stick and stone stretches from east to west. Its 2 entrances are both facing north. For the creatures that live and protect the wall are the gnomes, and they are of the north, representing the earth element. They are nocturnal in my garden, out after dusk. I've seen them moving in my peripherals. They're really small and very elusive. I can hear them when I'm in the garden, at night, and they are always the first of the elementals to come out during the pagan festival celebrations. The garden's completion synced up with the holiday known as Imbolc, and so christened the garden. Inside the garden is where we draw down the moon and call upon the elementals in Latin. The temple of undines, or water nymphs, are the creatures of the west, representing water. I have no water in my garden. Instead, I have represented the water with the mirror pieces, as they are a reflecting surface. The masks you may see laying about there are set in place, and they stand for something else that should be in that place. Certain candles, tools, or other things for the festivals. The temple of the salamanders of the south, representing the fire element. Their place must have death and decay. A compost heap or a pet's grave are prime spots to build their temple. These creatures are not shy, and I see them very often. And they're far bigger than I imagined. I had figured they'd only be a few inches tall at most. But the ones in my elemental garden are pushing 3 feet in height. By appearance, they have metallic black bodies with purple and green hues mixed in with them. The temple of the sylphs of the east and of the air element. This one is still a work in progress. It needs a windmill to produce air that would then incorporate my celestial father, Mercury, ruler of the first 2 air signs in the zodiac. Now, regardless of belief, understanding, caring, differing opinions, yada yada yada, and etc., I can tell you what I know. I have lived 9 years in this house. The first 7, my yard was clean cut like everyone else's, and that was the reason it was void of any life. In 7 years, I never saw a squirrel nor a bird in my yard, only in the neighboring yards. However, almost immediately after completing the elemental garden, there was a noticeable change in additions. Just this last summer, I witnessed creatures never seen in my yard before. Many would be considered actual representations of elemental beings. The new creatures I had noticed were blue jays, cardinals, squirrels, rabbits, fireflies, monarchs, tree frogs, mice, wasps, and a lone black cat. The cat was not my cat. When I came out the back door, it was facing me directly through the entrance, almost as if it was expecting me to come outside at that time. I haven't seen it again since. Well, that's it for the tour. Thank you all again for joining me on the tour of my enchanted elemental garden. Next, I'm going to leave you with a little snippet from the last pagan festival, which was Yule. It's just a little snippet of what our fire looked like. Thank you again, and have a great day.